The Court of Appeal upheld the conviction against Datuk Seri Najib Tun Abdul Razak in the 42 million ringgit SRC international corruption case. The court granted the former Prime Minister a stay of execution of the sentence. Now, this means that Najib will not have to serve the jail sentence or pay the fine until his final appeal is disposed of in the federal court. Najib was appealing a 12-year prison sentence and a 210 million ringgit fine imposed by the Kuala Lumpur High Court last year. A three-man bench led by Justice Datuk Abdul Karim Abdul Jalil delivered its judgment in a unanimous decision today. In a 54-page of summary judgment, Justice Abdul Karim said that Najib's activities linked to SRC International were not done in national interest, as he claimed, but were a national embarrassment. He said Najib was actively involved in ensuring that the 4 billion ringgit of retirement fund QAP loans were disbursed to SRC International. But after the funds had been disbursed, Najib came indifferent to the whereabouts of the funds. He added that the former Prime Minister did not even ask SRC International as to what had happened to the funds, nor how it was utilised and for what purpose. Justice Abdul Karim delivered the verdict with Justices Datuk Hazanah Mehat and Datuk Wazir Alam Maidin Mira. At a virtual briefing after the verdict, Najib said he was disappointed with the decision and that he would appeal at the Federal Court, Malaysia's top tribunal. With the Court of Appeal decision now out of the way, what are the legal options available for Datuk Seri Najib Razak? Advocate and Solicitor Datuk Salehuddin Saidin weighs in on what to expect before the final verdict at federal court level.
The court had ruled that the High Court judge has not made an error in appreciating the facts and evidence placed before the court. And also the Court of Appeal was satisfied that the prosecution has proved all the charges under the criminal breach of trust, money laundering and misuse of powers beyond a reasonable doubt. What left now with Datuk Seri Najib is to file a notice of appeal within 14 days for it to be heard before the federal court. And I was told that Datuk Seri Najib's team had just filed a notice of appeal to the federal court. I'm not sure, but that's what I heard. And this is in fact the last and final appeal open to Datuk Seri Najib. Perhaps Datuk Seri Najib's team might want to make another attempt to try to bring in fresh evidence before the federal court, in which they had failed to do so in the Court of Appeal, as what decided by the Court of Appeal this morning. Or rather, yesterday, yes, yesterday.
Salehuddin said that the former Prime Minister will remain as Pekan MP despite the Court of Appeal's decision.
He will remain and continue to be members of Parliament and will not lose his seat until all his appeal been used up. This is clearly stipulated under Article 48 of the Federal Constitution, in particular Clause 1, 2 and 4 of the Federal Constitution, if I'm not mistaken. But on the other hand, he can be nominated. He can't be nominated. He can't be nominated or elected or even appointed to be members of either House of Parliament in case the Parliament is to be dissolved and fresh election is to be held. This has been clearly provided so under Clause 5 of the Article 48 of the Federal Constitution.